Hey, um, there's a few things or not a few things, just one thing I agree with you. I'm sorry, one thing I disagree with you on in this video. And it's just mainly a phrase you use, because I think I hear a lot of people use this phrase and it's totally incorrect. With all due respect, of course. I know what you're trying to achieve, and I know you weren't trying to hurt someone else's feelings, but I think this could have been done through means of better wording, or proper wording, I guess. Use the phrase that no one has the right to judge you. Now, I think we should judge other people, so long as those judgments are based on value. And, of course, each person's value will be different depending on the person evaluating. For instance, the people I value probably have little or no value to you because A, you don't know them, and maybe your values are completely different than mine, so maybe you wouldn't like the people I value. We value products. Why put high value in a washing machine that doesn't wash clothes? Same thing. Why put high value in someone who isn't productive? What do I gain from surrounding myself with people that I find no value in? How is it at all beneficial for me to surround myself with people who dwell in guilt, fear, and self-pity? Who do nothing productive and seek only means to destroy themselves. What do I gain from not judging other people and responding to that judgment accordingly? I think it's important to put value in someone, much like it's important to put value in any product. Like I stated before with the washing machine, why would you ever buy a product that is terrible? It's the same thing is applicable to man. Why would you put value in a person who is anti-productive and self-destructive? And I'm not saying we should go out and kill or enslave people who we don't value, but simply just value them, put value on them, and then structure your life accordingly so you don't have to waste time adhering to their demands. When you surround yourself with people you don't value, it just becomes a gigantic strain and burden in your life. What do I gain, or what do you gain by choosing to be around people who make you frustrated and miserable? When you choose to distance yourself from these people, you're making a value-based judgment, whether you explicitly state it or not. For instance, maybe you have a friend who does nothing but steals money from you, and so in order to prevent this, you don't want to hurt the guy's feelings because he's been your friend forever, so you slowly distance yourself from that person. Well, even though you think that you're not judging them, you still are by distancing yourself from that person because you're making a value-based action. You're putting value on that person whether you explicitly state it or not. And since they are nothing but a parasite, that value in that person drops exponentially. And I know the same I know you were talking about a guy who you were arguing with and who obviously doesn't know much about evolution, but I still think we should put value in that kind of ignorance. Someone who doesn't accept evolution or even know anything about evolution, I think we would be completely justified in putting a value-based judgment on that person. And if it hurts his feelings, so I am not empathetic whatsoever, but other people are. But honestly, does that person's sadness derived from our value-based judgment really have any effect on our happiness? Does it impede on our happiness? And if it does, then that's unfortunate, because we shouldn't rely on other people's emotional state to affect our ability to be happy, because it really has no effect on our ability to be happy. And as for any of this being a right, I couldn't tell you. It all depends on what a right is, and as for that, I can positively state that I don't think many people know. What essential characteristics that form the term right have anything to do with withholding judgment from other people? If a right has anything to do with being an essential unit key to our survival as vicious beings, then I would definitely say the opposite, that judgment of others would be more of a right. But I can't make this statement with confidence because I don't know what a right is. But could you imagine if we weren't allowed to choose who we could value and who we don't value? I would be forced to value religion racism, mysticism, those who value guilt and fear over rationality and productivity. Saying that we don't have a right to judge other people is saying that we have to value all the things that we despise. So, I know this is kind of completely out of context, but this phrase is used all the time. Politicians use it, people use it, everyone uses this term. Not necessarily this term, but this phrase that, no one has a right to judge anyone, or no one has the right to do something. Everybody thinks judgment is a terrible, disgusting thing, when really it's essential, and we have to judge other people. We have to make that value-based judgment on other people.